Yeah, I'll try to do some demo. Yeah, I think that's how it would keep your interest. Yeah, it's not going to be a show and tell. It's going to be here and tell. Yeah.
I see. I see. That's great. All right, guys. I think we'll kickstart. Without further ado, again, welcome everyone. I think thanks again for joining. So this is Auckland Power Platform User Group. We do online sessions usually. So along with this, we also have another group which is based in Auckland, run by Hamish. So we do tag each other, and then we have a very good support in Auckland. And without further ado, again, welcome again. Just a few agenda quickly go through, and then I will hand over to Mohan. Just a very basic housekeeping, like the area of focus. So primarily, so this session is covering Copilot. So Mohan is there to involve Copilot as well as the Dynamics 365 contact center, right? So this is a good transformation. I think be very interesting because the customer service is the first place where like all this LLM is going to be used, and also the AI builder and few more, like how this Copilot is actually transforming the Power Platform, the low code business area. And just a very basic housekeeping, I would request everyone to go on mute in case if you want to ask questions. It's a complete interactive session, so there is no like similar things. If you want to ask question, raise your hands, so we will unmute you, and then you can ask your questions. And again, feedbacks are welcome. So if there is a slide, it will be shared at the end of the session by Mohan, and I'll post the link. And this session is recorded. In case if anyone don't like it, please let me know. And also this will be also posted in the YouTube channel as well. There is a dedicated Auckland Power Platform User Group channel. So we do monthly meetups. Again, the whole purpose is just to learn and have fun, and get up to date and upskill yourself. There are other user groups, so I will post all the user group links in the chat, so you can also subscribe. Like there are few from Rami, and there is one in Christchurch as well as one from Hamish. So everything is there. And then the star of the show today is Mohan. So Mohan is a solution architect based in is it Brisbane? Is
That's
Brisbane,
right.
right? Yeah, Brisbane. And RACQ is similar to AA in New Zealand. It's an insurance company, and I think it's great to have Mohan here. And also, I heard from Rami, he's an ex-colleague of DXE, so I think he worked at DXE for a while. So, which is a great breakthrough. I think, yeah, again, yeah, he had so many good things about you, Mohan, and your skills. And we are very privileged to have you on this group. And over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghav. That was very kind of you saying that. And thanks to Rami for that kind words. He always does. Ramin and I worked on the other project for the department. So we were there
I,
for almost like 2 years. Yeah.
I see.
Let me share my screen. Oops, not this one, the other one. Cool. So, hello everyone. Welcome to today's session on Copilot and how AI can be harnessed to build contact centers. And that's what we're going to see today. I will start with the demo, but before even that, I'm just going to go on to today's discussion point. So we'll be discussing about AI-powered agent and how it's going to enhance customer experience, and how that can be integrated with customer service workspace or Copilot service workspace. And then we're going to look at some real-time examples of where this Copilot service workspace is being used. And then I will show you another live demonstration of building a Copilot agent and how we deploy it or how we integrate it with Microsoft Dynamics contact center workspace or Copilot service workspace, how they're gonna like shape, handhold each other. And then maybe once we've done that, we will be having a little bit of discussion on AI-driven automations and natural future, right? Or what about what's there in the future for AI per se from a contact center perspective. So before we kick off the demo, a brief about me. So my name is Mohan. I'm solution architect at RACQ. Thank you very much, Raghav, for introducing me. And I live in Brisbane. I have about 18 years of experience in Microsoft business applications. Started my career with Microsoft Dynamics 3.0 and now up to Power Platform. I specialize in contact center, Microsoft Cloud Healthcare, and I've worked on implementation, enterprise scale implementations on government entities, and I've led almost 5 major contact center implementations where contact center just used, customer service is just used as a contact center platform, or using new agent desktops like Unified Service Desk. And I'm working now on a large scale project involving CCaaS, which is Microsoft Customer Contact Center as a Service. So with community focus, I like sharing here and there some real side insights about and best practices about Power Platform, Dynamics 365, and especially Contact Center. My personal favorite is I love fishing, and I do a lot of 4-wheel drive. So if you guys come down to Brisbane, just give me a hand, and I'm happy to go together on a 4-wheel drive on a fishing trip. With this, I'm going to stop, and I wanted to kick off this meeting with a small demo. Apologies, demos always come up with some errors. I've always seen that. Yeah, but I hope this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let me create the screen on. Just in case, I'll share my screen just to show what exactly I'm showing and what I've picked up. The demo Copilot agent, which is actually configured. I'm going to walk you through that and quickly walk you, through what the Copilot agent can do, and then I will, create a real, Copilot agent and associate it with a workstream, contact center workstream, and so show you various things how it can be done. So let me just give a call. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me call this number. So can you guys hear it loud and clear?
Thank you for your call. Our virtual agent and human agents can help with your questions about our stores or product issues. Stay tuned to talk to our Copilot.
Now the
Hi.
Copilot's going to pick it up.
I'm a virtual agent. If you'd like to speak to a representative, let me know at any time. So, what can I help you with today? You can say product issues,
And this is
store
all
hours,
Copilot
or
agent.
talk to representative.
So it's not like a hardcore IVR, it's a Copilot agent which has been configured, and that's what you're seeing here. It's a standard Copilot agent called Customer Service Trial Pilot, and it actually has topics in there which you can configure store hours. And for example, let me say store hours, and it's going to pick up this topic and explain you about it. Store hours.
I'm happy to help with store hours. The store hours are Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday closed. Did it help? You can say yes or no.
Yes.
Can I help with anything else? You can say yes or no. Thanks. Okay, I'll start over. So, what can I help you with today?
Product issues.
Product issues. What's the name of the product you're having? You can say Smart Brew 1000, Smart Brew 2500, or talk to representative.
Talk to representative.
We are transferring this conversation to a representative. Note, in this demo,
Yeah. So welcome to the world of contact center. I work on this space, and this is really interesting because I don't have to just code, but I can talk. I can, communicate with an agent, or, talk to the IVR, configure things, and see it happens real time. So I think this is one of the most interesting stream, and one of the complex stream as well, because there's a lot of complexities and challenges in the center. So let's look at some of the tech. I have some few things before I start building some, showing up the demo for building it. Let me quickly take you to what I had. So yeah, traditionally, what are the challenges of a contact center? So usually they have a very long wait time because customer have to wait in the queue to speak to an agent. And whereas in the current world with a Copilot agent or any agent, automated AI agent, the call can directly be answered without even having to wait. So in the previous call, you could see that I was able to reach out to the agent, which was able to tell me by pulling information from my Dataverse or looking into the table for my store hours and letting me know on the call. So instead of waiting on to talk to the customer, I can just talk to the agent, AI agent or a bot, and directly complete the call. Inconsistent service quality. So service quality usually varies across agent, but agent is always going to be constant. And although there is a feature for an agent called generative AI, and if you enable that, the Copilot can actually be more natural and language, use NLUs and ideas of its own, and you can associate that to what do you call the any LLMs like Copilot, uh, ChatGPT 4 or 4.0 or 4.1. And then the other thing of one of the challenges is high operational cost, which means they have to maintain and incur a lot of high cost on that, which directly impacts the profitability and resource allocation because of the long usage and many use agents to be available for the calls. And then, of course, there are challenges with satisfaction and productivity because of the long wait times and other issues what we face in the contact center. So those are basically some of the challenges in the contact center. And Harvard Business Review actually from this documentation, what we understand is there are the top benefits which companies really want from generative AI in contact center. They want 70% better customer experience. This is irrespective of any product. So whatever you select as a contact center, they expect at least 70% of improvement in customer service, 45% in self-service. So the agent able to talk to, the customer being able to talk to the agent directly and able to resolve it himself instead of directly talking to a customer service agent. And then better data-driven cost customer insights and 30% of reduced contact center cost. This is what at least is what the top companies expect out of a generative AI. So this is a high-level overview of CCaaS or Microsoft Contact Center. If you look at it, it actually, Microsoft Contact Center is an application which is kind of embedded within customer service workspace or Copilot service workspace. It works hand in hand. I have a slide which talks about that too. But to kick off with, it lets you go any channel what you want. So you can actually do live chat, social, email, SMS, voice, and Teams. So you could actually pick up any channel. The member could actually pick up any channel, and then navigate to the customer. The second part of it, which is what we're going to demonstrate today, is the intelligent assistants, which is our chatbots. Instead of the calls directly landing onto the agents or emails direct landing into the agents, you can have chatbots or voice bots or even IVR interacting to the customers directly, and then if needed can assign it to a live agent. So this is the piece which we're going to look at. We are going to look at how we are going to build a voice bot today, which I kind of demonstrated. And then unified routing, that's another component of contact center, where you will be able to identify and route using skills and using sentiments and also using intent determination. So the Copilot can ask for a summary of the issue, and then based on the intent, it can transfer to the right agent. And within the contact center space, agents will be benefited because they will have Copilot not only transferring, summarizing information to them, but sitting next to them. And then you can have like quality agents or assistant agents sitting next to you and advising you on each of your sales framework or customer service framework. So they can talk to you when you're talking to the customer. They can listen to your conversation and summarize the information, intents, and sentiment. If the customer is really, like, say, if he is irritated, Copilot can actually identify that sentiment and also automatically trigger a mail or provide an insight to the supervisor. So things like that can be done for the agents, and it can also escalate and collaborate, like the Copilots can assist in those things as well. But other than that, contact center itself has been developed like a routine contact center with all the functionalities, like you can escalate, conference, and then whisper barge, and then whisper listen, and control, and escalation calls as well. So there are certain contact center features which is always available out of the box with the contact center. And then for leaders and supervisors, you can have data and insights across disparate systems, workforce management information is available to that. And then the system, knowledge actors can actually benefit with multiple systems. So they can have multiple, applications hosted inside as well. I'll move on to the next topic, which is AI actually kind of provides personalized self-service experience. So I think that is one of the biggest advantage of AI, where it's able to help customers self-serve with the conversational AI instead of waiting on the queue and talking to. And the other big advantage of that is you have 24 by 7 anytime support. So agent, even if the live agents are not available, let's say after 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock night, the Copilot can actually be a backup, and then it can resolve some of the queries which it is configured to. And you can connect with the right, and unified routing is what I was talking about. So you can connect with the right agent if the agent's available. So yeah, so like we said, all these conversations, automated classifications can be done using intent, intelligent skill finding, sentiment-based routes, and also based on flows or roles. One of the advantage of Copilot is that it can embed a flow or a Microsoft Power Automate flow or rules in it, and then it's just not an agent which actually uses generative AI and gives you a response. It can point to a knowledge source within the organization. It can point to a logic or a rule which is applied inside the agent and come back to the customer with the response. And then based on these classifications, it can also assign, to the right team or right member agent based on prioritization, skills and proficiencies, capacities, and queues. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. So Dynamics Contact Center is kind of available as an application itself, but it is tightly integrated with Dynamics Customer Service. What it means is when you actually spin up a Copilot service workspace and contact center, they are embedded within each other. So you get a pane where you would actually have a location for receiving calls, and the calls will be the scripts for the call will be summarized in there, and then that actually works seamlessly. That way, when you are in the process of sales or in the customer service, when the call is received, you accept it in the same call, and then you actually create a case or create an order or an opportunity within the same process itself. You don't have to move back and forth or two different systems to actually take the call and then another system to actually process cases or opportunity. I think that is one of the best benefit of this application. And initially, like previously, we used to have unified service desk doing that. But again, unified service desk and contact center, we had to have some kind of bridges together, like an adapter which needs to be integrated, and then unified service desk with Microsoft customer service itself had to be configured. So it was not native, and all these things are in a single package now. Just spin up an environment and contact center, and you should have the basic things up and running for you to go day one. What's the role of CCaaS within Dynamics? So that's what I was talking about. So CCaaS can actually have digital channel communications, first party voice, Copilot, generative AI agent assistance, intelligent routing, user queue management, agent supervisor experience, and analytic and reporting. And contact center addresses some of the complex like multi-cloud and custom integrations and inconsistent service across channels and disjointed reporting. And so by bringing in both contact center and customer service together, you are able to track the end-to-end customer service or sales right from the call to when it's being delivered or completed. Any questions? Raghav, do we take the questions now or do we wait in the?
It's up to you. Like, if you want interactive, yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So
any questions, guys, so far? No, I think yeah.
No questions, but great going, Mohan. Yeah, great session so far. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'll proceed now. So how Copilot's AI agent elevate customer service, right? AI-powered instance responses. The responses are immediate and it uses natural language processing to deliver instant and accurate customer responses. And like I said, it's not just generative AI. It can look into your knowledge source. It can look into your website. It can look into your SharePoint and come up with a response. And support for customer agents, like I said, we have, it's just not transferring the call. You would sit next to the AI would sit next to the customer. And I'm pretty sure Microsoft is building already some automated agents like quality agents, QA agents, and sentiment analysis agents, which can sit on top of the call and keep listening for the conversation and automatically, kind of highlight it to the supervisor when there is a non-conformance and or something needs to be escalated immediately. And then also it enhances customer experience by faster resolution. AI is able to deliver a more personalized and a satisfying customer experience. So some of the major or beneficial, call handling measurable improvements are faster call handling, improved response accuracy, and higher customer satisfaction. So these are some of the benefits which you get out of it. So let's now get into some, real world scenarios where copilots in contact center operations. So we'll look at some of reduced call volumes. Deploying AI-powered agents helped organizations lower incoming call volumes significantly by automating common queries like store hours, frequently asked questions. You can automate that, reduce the call volumes landing into the agent. Improve first contact resolution. And by first contact resolution rates were accurately addressing customer issues, and first time resolution was improved because of we were able to the system was able to address customer issues and at the initial interaction itself. And of course of these benefits, the operational efficiencies really go high. So some simple example is like order status automation. In the sense, AI agent can automatically provide real-time insights or updates on order status, reducing wait time for customers. It could be connected back to Dataverse table, and the AI agent can actually look into the Dataverse and let the customer know. Of course, those things are configured, and let the customer know that the status of the order. Account update handling. So if you want that, if you want this kind of a functional to be configured, then of course you could do it, and you could have the agent update customer information automatically to improve accuracy and speed up the service delivery. And of course, the fact is for what I was showing. So frequently asked all questions can be automated, and the good thing about generative AI is it doesn't really read the whole paragraph or whole content to you. It gives you crisp and instant answers. So, which is, kind of, instead of reading it, I always feel it's summarized version of that information is always helpful. So, and the other thing is seamless integration. It's not just AI working in silos, right? You could embed that with the process in Dynamics. You could embed that with a sales process or a service process or even custom processes, and then have agents pitch in into at that point in time wherever there it is relevant. And then uninterrupted workflows. Integration ensures that daily operations continue without interruptions or downtime during AI adoption. And the whole application is scalable, so you will be able to meet growing business needs by using AI technology. Let's look at the demo now. I will quickly show you how to build agent, and then how do you associate that back to I will quickly. The scenario, what we're going to do here is we're going to pick up a coffee shop, which of course everyone does that, Contessa Coffee, who wants to add voice capabilities to their existing omni-channel setup in Dynamics. While modern channels are in use, phone interactions remain high. You've been asked to configure and demonstrate voice capabilities, including DTMF, and then speech input, and powered by generative AI. So we're going to learn about voice bot in Copilot Studio. So we're going to build a bot, especially for voice, and we're going to associate that to contact center. We're going to enable DTMF, which is pressing the keys, and then speech input. And then we're going to show you how generative AI can be enabled for a agent. And then we're going to test the whole scenario. So let's actually Let me bring on the screen and then let's start demonstrating. Any questions till now?
I think so far, I think I have few related to licensing, but you carry on. I think we can.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
Raghav. So let's go to, I will start with getting into Copilot Studio. I'm pretty sure you guys might have already created agents and stuff, but I'm just going to create a voice bot and then we will quickly see how it is. Some of them might be repetitive, but ignore me if you guys already know that. So let me create an agent by clicking on this new agent.
There
So
is
I'm
a
going to
question from
configure.
Nathan. It's Nathan.
Hey, Mohan. When you set up the agent, so I'm doing this for a customer right now. There's an option for voice, and I've found if you click on that, there's less to configure. It does like some of the DTMF settings and stuff for you in the background.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I will be showing you that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So let's create the name as not robot, but mobot. And let me click on create. Give it a couple of minutes and then it should be created. I think it still takes a minute. Cool. Is it okay? It's still setting up. Just give me a minute. Nathan, by the way, heard so much about you. Rami always talks to me about you.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, it's yeah.
He's the troublemaker.
Cool. Yeah, so I think it is set up now. I'll get into settings now, where you can, what Nathan was talking about. I'm just going to configure a basic voice settings there. So click on voice here, and then, optimize for voice is what you need to enable. And when you enable, it's going to pop up a big screen where you're going to configure all speech related, configurations. You can play with that. Some of them are like DTMF. What's the timeout for DTMF? Or what's the silence detection, speech collection, and latency message? Let's, how far latency messages. Let's keep that to more because otherwise it will keep screaming every 5 seconds. Cool. So some of them are here. And then the first thing what you need to do is optimize for voice because we are setting up a voice bot now. And once that's done, we save it. It's saved. And then I'm going to go to generative AI tab and make sure that the generative AI is clicked on yes. The responses will be dynamic using available tools and knowledge as appropriate. And then within here, I'm going to do, you can connect other agents as well in here if you want to, or you can select your default agent, which is ChatGPT 4.0 for me. I think that's fine enough. And then your response model, you can actually always say, oh yeah, always respond in rhyming couplets or, make all proper bowls and stuff. So I'm just going to say, make all responses in rhyme, which has never worked for me, but I'm still going to try. Okay. And then this is the interesting part, which is the content moderation. So you can always, moderate your content. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to be doing any content moderation at this point in time, but I'm going to pick that up later. But I'm going to just save this now and then proceed with further creation of security setting. Yeah. Just saving it. Another thing which I want to do basically for this demo purpose is authentication. I want it to be an open authentication because I want anyone to just, be able to call it instead of any organization to do with enter ID and stuff. So okay. So now that we have done with settings, I'm just going to go directly and create a topic, which is, topics are foundational elements, right? That define how a conversation interacts, conversational agents interact with the user. So we have some topics like default topics, custom topics, and system topics. I'm just going to create a custom topic here. From the top here, I'm just going to click on topics and add a new topic from blank. Just going to give a name for it, which I'm going to say we're going to create coffee machine queries. We're doing coffee machine queries. And then, the trigger point is, I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm just going to add a simple topic saying the topic is designed to answer all general questions related to coffee machine. So answer can answer any questions the member has around troubleshooting coffee machines. If they want to know anything about their personal machine, they will need to redirect. Then we will need to redirect to an agent. So we can describe the topic, and based on the topic, when I say coffee issues or coffee machine issue, then it will pick up this topic and start proceeding with it. That's the trigger. Now that I have actually saved that trigger, let me just go on and add a note and click on advanced and generative answer. So this is where you are selecting generative AI to kick in. So it gives you two options. One is input and data sources. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give an input here, which I'm going to say, because it's a previous, describe the topic, right? So the response will be tracked already. So I'm going to just say system last message dot text. So it's going to consume that as an input, and then I'll click on data sources. So this is where I was talking about the knowledge sources and websites, what you can configure. So I have some, I have a link which I have configured here. I'm just going to copy and paste that link. So add knowledge. So what I'm going to do first is I've clicked on add knowledge. And what I have, so I have a few files which I've downloaded. So I'm just going to upload them. So I have three files added, which one is it's written on Exchange. One is talking about fixing problem with slow coffee, and the other one is how to clean water tank on 1000 machine. So that we're just going to add this to the agent. So what it's going to do is whenever you ask a question to the agent, it's going to refer into these files and give you a summarized version of information. In addition to that, I would also be able to do search, add other sources like website, public websites, for example. Let me enter this, just a machine, which website which I picked up from Google, and then I'm going to add it to it. So what it's going to do is it's not only going to look at the knowledge sources, but it can also look at the website and come back to you with the message. And that is our configuration of generative answers. I'm also going to do on this, like, there is a moderation level. This is what I wanted to talk about. So you can actually moderate it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this information and walk you through that, what it is. So I'm going to have high moderation in the sense, you are a virtual assistant for a coffee machine service provider. You must not provide product price and comparison advice. Only respond to the questions related to coffee machine. If a user asks for advice or any information outside the knowledge, then respond with, I'm here to help with general questions, but I recommend speaking to our specialist. So you can actually moderate the content as well and answer, and always include this information as general in nature and does not constitute financial advice and stuff like that. If you want, this could be, for different organizations like banking could use this for not providing any banking information or any price related information, or insurances could even provide some information about not being able to recommend a particular product. It's going to save that. Yeah, now it's saved. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the latency machine, latency message. Sorry, within the same one, I should be able to select the latency message, which means if there is a latency in the conversation, I'm going to just say, hey, bro, like something like, sorry, bro, we're working on your request. And that could be annoying sometimes because it keeps on playing back and forth. So let's set up the right delay time, customize in milliseconds. And then I'm going to say, so these are all in milliseconds, so which I think is 5,000 seconds. Yeah. Let's look at some advanced options. So even you can actually send a message and have LLM responses and say you can also process the response which the bot is able to give and then in a variable too. So this is what is all done. So I'm going to just save this topic, and just for another training purpose, I'm going to create another topic because you could deal with multiple topics in there. I'm going to create another sentiment related topic. We have been talking about sentiments too much. So let me go ahead and create another topic, especially for sentiment. So let's name that as decrease sentiment escalation. Like I said, we're going to trigger the first node. We're going to click on the first node and then say, yeah, describe the topic. Have some things here, copy and paste it. So this topic will be initiated when you sense the sentiment of the customer or member dropping if they display signs of confusion and irritation. So if I want to use words like I'm irritated or irritated, it's immediately going to pick this up and then do the action, whatever we define in this. So I just simply not satisfied with our response, start this escalation path topic. So this is where, I will be adding, question here where I can actually receive input to DTMF. This here, if you see, this is enabled because it's a voice bot. And if you see speech and DTMF is enabled here, and this is SSML, which is nothing but, kind of understanding the intent of how your, it is making your agent talk in a various intents. And like you can actually decide the medium, the pitch, the rate, and the volume so that, you can actually rate the pitch to low or rate the rate to slow and leave the volume at medium so that it can actually be a reassuring tone that, yeah, you are irritated, but let me assure you that you're going good. So I'm just going to click on SSML tags and click on prosody and then, medium, and I can make it as low. Then I have content, which it's going to play if it thinks I'm irritated. So I'm going to say, to better assist you with your request, I can help escalate you to a live agent or to a manager. Please select from the following options. And this is where I will have DTMF keys enabled. So you'll have to click on assign DTMF key and click on new option. So option is, let's say, yes, and then tab 1. So what it means is it'll tell you either say yes or press 1 in DTMF or in your keys. Then the second option is no, and then I'm going to say 2. And let's say I add a funny option there, take it easy. And then I'm just going to give 3. This is to make sure that our bot is what is talking to us back. Okay, and when you can actually save that user response in a variable, I'm not going to change anything on that. And now comes the condition part of it, like what happens when you pick up these, options. So first thing is what I'm going to do is when, variable is equal to yes, I'm going to say transfer to an agent, topic management, and transfer conversation. So that's what I've done. Then, I'm just going to enter, okay, Let me escalate to a live agent. Yeah. Then let me click on this node and add another topic. Let's say, go to another topic, and then let's say escalate. And for the take it easy option, I'm just going to say end the conversation. So I'm just giving you an example. This is completely hypothetical, and we would be able to select appropriate and process from the from whatever the organization wants. So let's say end of conversation. And what I have to do is I'll have to just save this record, save this. So we have created two topics now, and what it means is we have when we enable this agent, it's going to look for these topics. So when you're going to say hello, it's going to look for these topics. So when you actually look at the respective topics like goodbye, it's going to pick up this topic. When we are saying about coffee machine queries, it's going to pick up the other topic which we have actually created. So it'll look at the various topics and it'll automatically talk accordingly. And now I got to do another setup, which is to enable, especially for contact center. Okay. Let me see if the agent presence is enabled. This morning I was having trouble with the agent presence, but still I would be able to demo that. Okay, let it load, and in the meantime, that's our Mobot. Yeah. So what we need to do is now we have to enable this voice agent for telephony. So I'm going to click on telephony and then say turn on telephony. Without these set up, you would not be able to associate this to an existing voice stream. So you need to enable telephony, and also you need to enable it to a customer service. That's done, and customer service. So, and that's when you will be able to see it in workstream. Let's give it a couple of minutes, and then this should be saved. While this is getting saved, I'll quickly walk you through the Copilot Service Admin Center, where you configure the various, channels and work streams and stuff. I've actually, if you look at work streams, I have two voice work streams. Both of them are for inbound, demo voice call work stream and a contact center work stream. So each of those work stream, we can have different numbers. And when you call that particular work stream, you'll have an option to associate an AI agent. So here, so this was my testing from the other side. So this is a coffee assistant, which I kind of tested and have added it here. But this is the stream where you have your phone number, and then various routes, when you various configurations for that workstream setup, which is probably for another part of session. But for now, let's talk about AI agent. It's still not going to be available yet because we haven't published it yet. So I'll go back to channel and see if it's working. Oh, it's still working on it. So this is where you would be able to add the existing agent. I'm going to remove the current one. And let's hopefully, yeah, this is done. So now let me, final piece of the agent is to publish. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. Now I'm just have come back to Copilot Studio, where what I've done is I have enabled Dynamics 365 customer service. I've also enabled telephony. So these settings let you connect back to a telephony, and then the voice connect the voice bot, whatever we have created, to telephone services, also, which means is to the contact center, and also to the customer service, which is our Copilot service workspace here. So now I'm going to just publish it. Should have done that already. It's going to take like a couple of minutes to publish. And then once it's published, now when I go back to Copilot service workspace and open, just for understanding, I'm going to reopen that again. Like, you have to go to work streams and look at all the work streams here. We are looking at, there are messages, chat, and they are recording voice streams which are automatically create demo live chat work streams. I'm focusing mostly on the voice here. So I'm just going to click on the voice work stream. What it means is I'm setting up the phone numbers and the various information for that voice channel to work. So let me see if this is complete. It's still publishing. Once it's published, it should be available for me to associate here. Mobot, yeah, it's kind of done. So this is where I associate this agent. And the moment I associate, it's done. I should be able to. Sometimes it takes about, 5 minutes or 10 minutes to 15 minutes to actually for this bot to reflect. But let's give a quick try, quick testing on to see if it has really picked it up. Just going to call that number 2576 and see. Like in the demos all the time. The agent presence is not working, but let's see.
Hello, and thank you for calling Mobot. Please note that some responses are generated by AI, and
so it has picked up our bot because it's saying Mobot, so which is the right one.
hello, thank you for calling. Please note that some responses are generated by AI and may require verification for accuracy. How may I help you today?
Issue with coffee machine, please.
If your coffee machine is brewing slow or seems to be in a jam, mineral deposits or clogged hoses could be the reason for this jam. Try cleaning with vinegar, citric acid, or descaling brew. Remove and rinse parts.
So it's going to summarize the information which it's getting it from directly from that, either from the website or from the knowledge source what we have uploaded. So that's what it's doing. And once it's done, it's going to come back and ask us some question. I'm going to say I'm really irritated.
Could you please provide more details about the?
I'm really irritated. Sometimes it acts really funny.
Error has occurred. Please try again.
I'm really irritated.
An error has occurred. Please
Okay.
try again.
I think it's not picking up the second part of conversation, which is our second topic, but usually it does. My other bot was able to do that. So that's how we are able to configure, and it picks up the knowledge and the information from various streams. Yeah. Any questions or anything which you want to see in this?
Go on, Neil.
Neil, you go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, Nathan, thanks so much for the demo and the presentation. When I speak to customers about Dynamics 365 Contact Center, they're not very aware of it. It's quite a new product in the market. They're used to using Genesys, AWS Connect, Nice occasionally I run into as well. Genesys is the big one. AWS we see quite a bit as well. When customers are trying to evaluate their options from the Genesys portfolio or the AWS portfolio, why should they choose Dynamics 365 Contact Center?
Very good question. I think, the best person to answer this question is Microsoft sales. But I'll tell you, I'll tell you my story because, we are working on a project which has Genesys and AWS Connect as well. But I think Microsoft brings that seamless experience all into one table. So you don't have to configure or have two different products, and you don't have to have that integration in place. This is all this integration is all available out of the box. So you don't have to do anything. The first savings, I think, is with that integration. Earlier, if you see, if you have to do Genesis or any other thing, you need to have an adapter. You need to either write a custom adapter or buy an external adapter, and then you have to configure your application to receive the calls, and you have to customize your application to actually receive. I think with this contact center, all that is broken. All that barrier is broken. So you just enable that, like one step click, and then contact center is there for you. Of course, you'll have to do some custom configurations like IVR setup, agent setup, and all the stuff. Although they are there, but they're all available seamlessly within the same platform.
Yeah, what I hear is we've already got our agents set up. We've got the skills, we've got the IVR, we've got all the routing paths all in Genesis. We use the Genesis Live agent on our website. Like all we have, it's easier for us just to write a custom integration into CRM or Salesforce or whatever than to rip out all the Genesis stuff and take the risk of our contact center not working because Microsoft's unproven in the contact center space. So yeah, I'm battling that one.
Yeah, I know that, and that's the reason why I was like, okay, that question is probably for Microsoft Sales, but
yeah,
we have an experience. I have a customer who actually is doing something, going away from Genesis to contact center, for their own reasons. So I think we will have to evaluate and probably do some analysis, come up with solution options, and then pick up the right one. But I think like I said, right, adapters, customizations, and all the stuff. I think that piece of work is really huge, and it was always a pain, when I had to do it with Unified Service Desk, or we had to always procure a third-party product and have it integrated, and after a year or so they would actually go, there will not be any support at all. So that was one of my experience from the customer.
Yeah, if you're still on Unified Service Desk, it's a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah, they're deprecating that very soon. Any other questions?
Then you want to ask something again? Oh, hello, Gayan. How are you?
Hello. Hey, Mohan. Very good presentation. Hey, Neil. Can you initiate outbound calls through this?
Yes, we have outbound feature as well in that, and I think so. There are two type of outbounds, right? One is click to dial, where the agent wants to click and then call that, and then the other one is scheduled outbound calls from a campaign or list. So that, I think they are still in preview feature. The second part is still in preview feature, what the click to dial can be done.
Cool. Nice. Thanks.
So I'm also evaluating the product and currently working on for a customer to actually get that implemented. And we have thousands of questions like that. But given those questions, I think Microsoft has been very supportive in answering those questions to us, and and they have a very good product map, roadmap of the product as well, which kind of gives us the confidence to go ahead and choose them. And for organizations who are already CRM ready, right? Like they are working on CRM house, like they have an own practice. I'm talking about enterprise organizations. So it is a benefit to them. They don't have to read people. They don't have to, hire new people with this scarce resources. You could just, train them probably for a week or two, and then they'll be up and running on this contact center. It's not a very huge learning gap or a knowledge gap to actually fulfill. When you have to train new people who already know Dynamics and its concept.
Yeah,
and I like the fact that most of these topics and all the stuff are like Power Automates. They look the same, right? So yeah, so I think it is easier for you to even understand and pursue and start building it rather than learning it all from scratch or doing it from code.
Thanks, Mohan. I do have two questions related to this. One is, can you simplify the licensing overall? Like because like very often everyone is now pushed into Copilot Studio. That's the major platform. And now there is if you want this voice feature, what are the things you need? What are the licensing costs, like maybe in layman terms? other thing is that my second question is related to if you deploy this to WhatsApp channel, will it still take the voice as input?
We haven't tested it, but Microsoft says they kind of support the WhatsApp channel. Raghav, we'll have to test that. I mean, a lot of, even Telegram, some of the other customer was asking about Telegram as well. So I think the social is still kind of possible, but I haven't tested it, so I cannot confirm on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Licensing, I wasn't prepared for that, but I should be able to provide some information in the deck, like after the call. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, on a very high level, because like
I know for sure
every customer got a Copilot Studio, and then what else like is needed for voice?
There is a contact center separate. What do you call license required for you? This customer service, right? And then I think there is on top of it a contact center license. It comes together.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can share it later. Like
yeah, I can share
maybe
some.
useful for everyone. Anyone else got questions?
Yeah, I have it here. Let me quickly share my screen and show it. So you have contact center. That's just the contact center by itself without the customer service. Sorry, yeah. I don't know what's the difference. Add digital messaging and chat channels to your customer. And this is digital and voice together. And then this is contact center only voice. And if you want to do it with I think there's another plan which is with customer service as well, like the complete package of customer service too. Yeah, but this is high level, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mohan. I think, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it does come with, like I said, a complete package with customer service and a contact center, two different into one.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I didn't show you the call landing part, and once it's transferred to the agent, because it was more contact center demo, but I was focusing more on Copilot and stuff. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next sessions, maybe I can quickly, walk you through if people are interested, we can walk you through that as well.
Yeah.
Like various features, how calls, IVRs can be configured, how the call lands, call barging, call standard stuff, how it works with Dynamics chat and channel conversions and stuff like that.
Got it. Anyone else? I think it's quite. I think it's a great session, Mohan. I think I think there is someone. Suga, you want to ask something?
No, okay. All good. It's a good presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mohan. I think again, thank you all for being here today. I think it's an absolute pleasure, and Mohan especially. Like this is a great demo. Like we were all thinking about like how this voice is going to work, and I think that's fantastic. I think Jiva, do you want to add any few notes? Jiva, you are there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was a network issue with my side. I didn't hear what you said. Now, I just joined in the off of the session, and I'm just going through the recording later because we are looking to implement one of these. Implement this in one of our customers where we are using Genesis now, as Neil was mentioning. And also trying to start, exploring this in the new opportunities that we are trying to pitch in. It's very helpful, Mohan. It will be a good head start for me to take a look into this and then get into this as well. Thanks for that.
Sure, Jiva, please feel free to get in touch with me if you kind of stuck somewhere, because I think we are a little bit ahead of you guys. And if you're just evaluating, we're kind of implementing it or kind of already implemented it. So might be able to help you with some queries. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank you, guys. I truly
Thank you very much,
everyone's
guys. Thank you for joining.
Cheers.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.